5 years or 10 years ago, this one would have never been on my list, but because of issues I have had, it made the list, and a lot of you are doing them. Hey everybody, I'm Jay, fitness trainer, men's physique competitor, and yes, I'm in my 50s. And this channel is here to help people over 50 get fit and strong without all the pain. Before I give you the list, I want to hear from you. Which exercise has caused you the most joint pain over the years? We all have one. I want to know what yours is. Tell me in the comments while you're watching the video. The first exercise on my list that I don't recommend you doing is the barbell bench press. I know this already has some of you scratching your head, but there are many alternatives to the barbell bench press that are safer, and when you're over 50, quite frankly, they're just better for you to do. The barbell bench press is a classic. I get it. Most guys love doing it because it's the big lift. But if you have any shoulder issues, it can really flare those shoulders up. The problem is the bar locks your arms in a fixed path. It forces your elbows out wide and it puts a lot of stress on the front of your shoulders. A better option, go with a more neutral grip on a dumbbell press. Incline dumbbell presses are great exercises. And if you ask a lot of the pros, these guys, once they get older, they don't even get on a bench press anymore. They just love the dumbbells. That's where they get their pressing movements in. I personally do Smith press on the incline, but I love also doing incline dumbbell pressing. It's way better on you, and you can adjust that hand motion and movement and angles in such a way to take stress off of the joints and off of those shoulders. Number 2 on my list, if you're doing these, I recommend you stopping. And this is interesting because when I was in high school, I used to love to do this exercise, and it's the tricep dips. The tricep dips on parallel bars is a great exercise, and it looks great on paper. It gives you body weight resistance, big range of motion, but they can be a nightmare on your shoulders. At the bottom of the dip, your shoulders are in deep extension and under a tremendous load. And this can stretch and irritate the front of the shoulder joint and even the biceps tendon. A better option would be cable rope pushdowns or a close grip press. I really like close grip pressing. I like close grip pressing with dumbbells. So there are options that you can find to take the place of this tricep press. The third exercise on my list is barbell back squat. Barbell back squats are often called the king of exercises, but for a lot of men over 50, they're the king of lower back pain. And here's why. Heavy back squats put a lot of compressive force on your spine, and they require great hip and ankle mobility. If you're tight or your form breaks down, your lower back will pay the price. A better option, in my opinion, is the leg press or do a Bulgarian split squat. Both let you train the quads through a full range of motion with less load on your spine. If you do the Bulgarian split squats, you can start by doing them with body weight and graduate up to holding a weighted plate or dumbbells. But when you do this, you hold a dumbbell or a plate to your side, you just keep your torso upright and you go slow. It's joint friendly and it's absolutely going to torch those legs. Next is the straight bar deadlift from the floor. Yes, it can be a great strength building exercise. And I know I'll probably get some pushback for saying it should not be done. But if you're familiar with my channel, you know I'm not a fan of straight bar deadlifts. And it is my opinion that for most of us over 50, the risk isn't worth the reward when it comes to doing this type of a deadlift. But let me know in the comments, do you currently do barbell deadlifts? If not, what alternate exercise are you doing? Look guys, if you're performing this exercise and it works great for you and you're not worried about physical problems now or maybe later in life, then keep doing it. Fitness is personal and there's no one size fits all, but some exercises are more harmful than others. And this exercise puts a ton of shear force on your lower back and your hips and other places. And unless your mobility and form are perfect, one bad move can take you out of the gym. A better option would be the dumbbell Romanian deadlift from a bench height. Or, as I have said before, you could convince me to use a trap bar from an elevated position. I have done trap bar in the past for deadlifts, but I prefer to have it under control, and I have a certain way that I do my deadlifts with dumbbells because I have to protect my lower back. By starting from an elevated surface like I do, you shorten the range of motion. You stay in control and it keeps the focus where you want it. Now, a lot of people doing dumbbell Romanian deadlifts like to bring the weights down in front of them. That's great, and you can also get a better hamstring stretch when you do that. Plus, you can get a little lower if you want to do that. I use a bench as a stopping point for me because I don't want to go lower than that. And so that's just sort of a measuring stick for me to say, okay, this is where I want to stop and pull back up. But it still works my hamstrings, it still works my glutes, but it's not putting as much strain on my lower back. So you may want to give that a try. Now this one may surprise you. And 5 years or 10 years ago, this one would have never been on my list. But because of issues that I have had, it made the list of exercises I don't recommend. And a lot of you are doing them. Seated preacher curls. As I have said, a lot of guys love this exercise because it really isolates the biceps. But here's the problem. It locks your elbows in place and it puts them under heavy load in a fully stretched position. That combination, guys, let me tell you, it's brutal on the biceps tendon and the forearm flexors. And over time, it can cause nagging elbow pain or even tendonitis. If you're doing preacher curls and you're dealing with elbow pain and you can't get it figured out and you've tried everything else, look at your preacher curls. You might want to make a change on that. A better option is to do an incline dumbbell curl. Now, you still get that deep stretch on the biceps, but your elbows and wrists can move naturally through the range of motion. You'll get an awesome pump with this exercise and you'll do it without beating up your elbows. All right, that's all I have for this one. Now you go get fit and God bless you.